In our last episode, we intentionally caused an issue by not configuring something correctly. The logout button appearing inconsistently wasn't a bug, but Joomla working as designed with public rather than guest access. Whilst we barely touched on registered access, the key takeaway is that multiple core Joomla settings working together can offer more flexibility than a poorly cobbled together mix of third-party components. And this is similar to Crinkle Crankle walls, wavy brick walls found in old English gardens. Although they seem to use more bricks, their curves make them stronger with fewer layers than straight walls require. In the same way, Joomla's more complex settings create a more robust, efficient system with fewer added components. Now, of course, whilst components are useful tools, understanding Joomla's built-in capabilities helps you make smarter choices about what is truly necessary. Today, we will properly fix the issue we created, and as a bonus, apply the same solution to another related problem, and finally nail logging out, completing the authentication flow and enabling a ready-to-go system focused on content rather than infrastructure. Our goal is to finish in under 20 minutes, achieving a fully functional system and real understanding. The kind of understanding that changes how you evaluate every component you consider adding to your site. We're going to go to the back end and we are going to edit our login Mahjong module, specifically the access level setting. Now, before we change anything, notice what it is currently set to: public. That means show to everyone. Don't check login status, which is why we're seeing that logout button at the bottom when we're logged in. The module is always visible, just changing what it displays. And remember, the login module is smart. It has a logout button built in when you're logged in. How fantastic is that? Now we're going to change it from public to guest and save. Now what did we just do? We told Joomla, check if somebody is logged in. If they're not, false. Show this module. If they are, true. Hide it. Let's see what happens to the entire module. We're going to refresh the front end whilst you're still logged in. And look at that. The entire module at the bottom of the Mahjong page. Gone, including that logout option. We're going to fix this properly in the next section, but for right now, a quick workaround. Got to go to the back end, to the home dashboard, find our test user who's logged in, and throw them out. And we refresh. The module's back. It reappeared for guests. Why? The logged in status just changed from true to false. The module's access level is set to guest, which means check the login status and only show when false. Status is now false and the module reappears. It's mad, isn't it? So we've got different behavior depending on what the access level is checking for, which is exactly what the doctor ordered. Now here's where the dominoes start falling. We just fixed the module. Let's apply the exact same logic to the login menu item itself. Now, in all fairness, the login menu item isn't working either because it's just there all the time, regardless of whether we are logged in or not. We're going to go to the menus. We're going to find the login menu item, and we're going to change its access level from public to guest. What did we just do? The exact same thing. We told this menu item, check login status and only show when false, as in not logged in. Same access level setting, same login check, same result. Save, and we refresh and test in the front end. The login menu item is now behaving in step with the custom login module on the Mahjong page. Two different elements with the same access level setting, both checking login status the same way, giving us consistent results. We navigate to menus, main menu, new. We're going to create a menu item and we're going to call it, wait for it, Logout. We click select for the menu item type, and from the users section, we're going to select a Logout. Now, of course, again, key setting is going to be the access level. It is by default set to public. Now, why public is even an option here at this point is a little bit of a mystery, but whatever, let's just push on here. In a way, this is the mirror of the login menu item that we were looking at in the previous section. We're only going to see this logout menu item when a login status is true, which means when we're logged in and want to log out. How convenient is that? Two menu items, same login check, opposite access level settings. And that's the system. That's the elegance. We've created the logout menu item. It's going to appear in the main menu, but before we test it, let's configure where it sends people after they log out. We're going to navigate to the Options tab. There is a default option here, which will send people back to whatever page they were on before they logged out, which is fine, but let's do something more useful. Let's change the default to something else. And we're going to redirect our users to the Games page. That's our category list menu item page. We're going to find the Logout redirect dropdown, and we're going to set it to the Games category list page. And we save. Now we've got a complete logout flow. We're going to click Logout from the main menu. And we're taken to the Games category page. Perfect. The redirect works. And the logout menu item is gone because we're logged out now. The guest menu items are back. And of course, the login module is back on the Mahjong page. Everything working exactly as designed. Consistent, clean, and no more flaky logout buttons showing up where they shouldn't. I would suggest at this point just doing a double check and logging in and out from a couple of different pages. But honestly, if this did not work at this point, I would really have to start doubting my sanity. I'll be honest, this is not intuitive. In normal English, guest and public are interchangeable. A guest at a party, they're part of the public who showed up, but Joomla flips this in a very old school database kind of way. Guest access means check if you're logged in and only show when not. Public access means don't check login status at all. And registered access means check if they're logged in and only show when they are. So in all fairness, it's hardly surprising that people spend hours in forums trying to sort this kind of thing out. However, I would like to suggest that once you get this distinction, you've got real control over who sees what and when. And by implication, if you're going to start plastering other components, modules, plugins, whatever on top of Joomla, you're going to have the added bonus of being able to understand how their access levels work as well. Remember that boiling pot analogy from our last episode? Joomla trying to save us from ourselves? We've taken the lid off. We've regulated the temperature. We've built a log in and log out system that is rock solid. You could launch this tomorrow, exactly as it is, or take what we've done here and apply it to your own setup. Different theme, different content, same logic. Some articles as teasers and the rest locked behind registration. This structure works whether you're running courses, membership site, client resources, doesn't really matter. The access control logic stays the same. So get some people using it, real users. See where they get stuck, what confuses them, what they actually need versus what you think they need. Then you know what's worth adding, what problems are real, what you can build yourself versus what's worth buying. And that's exactly what these 7 episodes have been about. Empowering you to do more with less. There's a beautiful German word, eierlegende Wollmilchsau, which means it's an egg-laying wool milk pig, an all-in-one solution that does everything. For years, I bought components that promised exactly that. And here's the thing, those developers weren't lying. They need to sell their work. They need to show you everything their component can do, so they don't have to close shop and leave their customers in the rain. That's not manipulative marketing, that's survival. The problem wasn't the components, the problem was me. I didn't understand what Joomla could already do. And part of not understanding was Joomla's terminology working against me. Guest, public, registered, those forum threads where somebody had been stuck for days. I was that person multiple times, not because I was stupid, but because the words don't mean what English says they should mean. Specifically, I remember spending a week going back and forth with support trying to connect a payment gateway. A week. Multiple people, endless screenshots, and then someone new joins the conversation and says, the problem is you're missing an S. Huh? It should be HTTPS, not HTTP. An S, one single letter. And that's when it clicked. I've been paying people to solve problems I could have spotted myself if I just understood the fundamentals. Joomla is the eierlegende Wollmilchsau, the egg-laying wool milk pig. It's been sitting there the whole time. What we built over these 7 episodes, this crinkle crankle wall with fewer layers and more strength, this is what happens when you understand the core. Now, when you look at a component, you can actually see what it does that Joomla can't. You make smarter decisions. You buy what you need, not what compensates for confusion. That's not nothing. That's everything.